So the Fish Lake run was about a 20-mile snowmobile ride. We were about 20 miles there and stopped and had some hot dogs and stuff, and then it was, or 10 miles there and then 10 miles back, and most of that 10 miles was along the lake. It was a very big lake. And if you know anything about vintage snowmobiles, even snowmobiles of that area before they were vintage, they never ran very well, and breakdowns were kind of part of the game. It was just what happened, and you know, you just took it in stride and fixed your snowmobile and went along with it. And this was no exception. On the way back, I was riding our John Deere Spitfire, and it was a stubborn machine, and it would tend to start bogging down and die, and you'd have to jump off and run alongside of it and start it, and then jump back on and go. But one time it died, and I couldn't get it started again. Christian was 13, and he was riding his own snowmobile, and he was ahead of me, and Angela and Arthur were on snowmobiles. One of them was on with my mom, one of them I think was on with my brother-in-law, and they were ahead of me. My mom and dad were behind me when I died, and they stopped, and I told my mom, go, you know, go be with the kids, make sure that, you know, somebody's with the kids. So my mom took off, and my dad stopped and helped me, and it turns out I was out of gas. And so I remembered that my brother-in-law had a gas tank strapped to the back of his snowmobile, so I told my dad, hey, if you could catch up to Matt, he's got gas, you know, on the back of his snowmobile. And so my dad took off, and okay, little side story, my dad was riding his Scorpion bullwhip. If you know anything about Scorpions, a Scorpion bullwhip is the holy grail of Scorpion collectors. Mark was insanely jealous because he was never able to get his hands on one to add to his collection, but my dad had one. And there was only 500 of them ever made, and they were a race sled. And so my dad took off to follow my brother-in-law, and there was a road that was plowed for the ice fishermen, and the snowmobile trail went up over, you know, the berm, across the road, up over the berm, you know, and took off. Well, my dad hit that berm so fast and so hard with his race sled that he literally flew over that road and landed on the other side and kept going. So anyway, that left me in the middle of this giant lake, alone. My biggest fear in life was being left alone. Not for those few moments that I was going to be alone, just being left alone in life. But this was just a metaphor for that. I was alone in the middle of that gigantic lake. And so I took off my helmet, I turned around, sat on the snowmobile, leaned up against the handlebars, and it was a gorgeous day, beautiful day, and the sun was shining down on me, and snowmobiles were whizzing by on either side of me, and I really felt close to Mark in that moment. But I distinctly remember sitting there, and I heard as clear as day, and I felt with every fiber of my being, God telling me, you're going to be okay. And in that moment, I felt such profound peace. And it was peace that surpasses understanding. I had just lost my husband. My world had fallen apart a week and a half before. And I was at such complete and total peace that I was a little disappointed when I got back with the gas. So some of my favorite Christian music is when they take like an old song or an old hymn and they incorporate it into another song and breathe new life into it, bring some new meaning to it. And one of my very, very favorite songs from our Purple Praise book is called My Peace. And so from that, my love of that song and that day out on the lake, this song was born, and I call it My Peace. I watch my world just shatter with the sun shining so bright, and I heard as if God was right by me. Everything is gonna be alright. My peace I give unto you. It's a peace that the world cannot give. It's a peace that the world cannot understand. My peace I give unto you. Since that day, life hasn't been easy. There are days when I barely get by, but I know that the Lord never leaves me. Yes, I know that He's always by my side. When the dark, it threatens to take me, and I feel like I just can't cope, I remember that day in the sunshine, and the promise, God's promise of hope. My peace I give unto you. It's a peace that the world cannot give. It's a peace that the world cannot understand. My peace I give unto you. Oh, the devil, he'll try to steal it. His darkness covers hope in my heart, but the love of my God is victorious. Oh, His peace He will always impart. My peace I give unto you. It's a peace